Hello dear students, welcome back to the class, The Evergreen English. And today we'll move on with the next poem. Yes, An Old Woman from your course book, Reflections, written by Arun Kolatkar. Come, let us go through the poem. Yes, a note on the poet. Arun Kolatkar, 1932 to 2004, was educated in Mumbai, where he worked as a graphic artist. A winner of the Commonwealth Poetry Prize, Kolatkar has contributed to Kavi, Opinion Literary Review, New Writing in India, and The Shell and the Rain. He is a bilingual poet, so bilingual, two languages, poet of two languages, and has translated Marathi poems. This poem is selected from Jejuri, a collection of his poems. So this poem, An Old Woman, is taken from his collection of poems, Jejuri. So pre-reading activity. Have you ever visited a tourist place or pilgrim center? What fascinates you there? Okay, hope all of you have visited the tourist place or any pilgrim center. So what fascinates you there? Fascinates, attracts you there. Of course, there are so many things which fascinates us when we go to any of the pilgrimages or tourist place. See that? It is the buildings, landscape or people. Share your opinion with your friends. Okay, so of course, all these fascinates us. It might be buildings, architecture, right? Landscapes or people, isn't it? So they fascinate us, they attract us. Let us go through the poem. An old woman grabs hold of your sleeve and tags along. Yes, so this is the poem. Here, poet Arun Kolatkar, he himself, he is with the old woman, we can say. The old woman is there in Jejuri. Okay, then some unknown grabs hold of your sleeves, in the sense your. Your refers to, here we can go through the poet too, or someone, anyone. Okay, anybody. If you are there, so an old woman, she grabs hold of your sleeve and tags along. Tagging along in the sense she is with you, she holds you. She wants a 50 paise coin. She says she will take you to the horseshoe shrine. Yes, what the old woman is saying. So this poem, of course, it centers around an old woman, right? So here the poet is there in Jejuri, or it might be you who is there in Jejuri, and there that old woman, she wants a 50 paise coin. She says she will take you to the horseshoe shrine. Yes, she wants 50 paise coin. Though she is old, she is saying that don't give me as charity. She doesn't want any charities. She asks him to take her service to the horseshoe shrine. Okay, old woman wants someone or the poet to take her service to the horseshoe shrine. So she wants to lead a kind of, respectful life. She doesn't want any charity, or she is not a beggar. You have seen it already. She hobbles along anyway and tightens her grip on your shirt. Then, yes, you have seen it already. Already you have seen the horseshoe shrine. The poet has seen the horseshoe shrine. He is in a pilgrim center of Jejuri. She hobbles along anyway. Hobbles in the sense walking or moving slowly, we say. When it comes to old women, they move very slowly. So, and tightens her grip on your shirt. She is holding your shirt and she is tightening her grip on your shirt so that you couldn't escape. She won't let you go. You know how old women are. They stick to you like a burr. Yes, very beautifully said. She won't let you go. She is not letting you go. Yes, she won't let you go in the sense she is a determined woman, we can say. Old women, old people are determined. And you know how old women are. They stick to you like a burr. Yes, what they want, old people, they want. They stick to you like a burr. Burr in the sense, a person who forces, her or his company on others. You turn around and face her with an air of finality. You want to end the farce. Yes, now you turn around and face her. Okay, you were behind her or in front of her. Now you turn around. Okay, or the poet turns around to end with an air of finality. Finality in the sense put an end. Okay, finality in the sense putting an end to the situation. You want to end the farce. Farce, again, it is situation. So you turn towards her and you want to end whatever she is asking. You are ready to give 50 paise coin, but she is not want to take it in that way. Okay, she wants you to give. She wants she wants you to take her service in return for 50 paise. When you hear her, what else can an old woman do on hills as wretched as these? Yes, when you hear her say, when you turn towards her to end the situation or the farce, okay, what else she says? So these lines actually here, these lines these lines hit the poet we say, okay, because here the situation changes. What she says, what else can an old woman do on hills as wretched as these? As wretched in the sense, very unpleasant we say, who have suffered unpleasant experiences or kind of wretched, miserable situations, right? So what else can an old woman do on hills as wretched as these? Then you look right at the sky, clear through the bullet holes she has for her eyes. Yes, now you look into the eyes of that old woman. You look right at the sky. Okay, you are looking at the sky, what the old woman is saying. You are thinking now about the old woman, clear through the bullet holes. Bullet holes, of course, here you can go with the eyes. She has for her eyes. Very clear speech she has. Okay, very clear speech she has. And you are looking into her eyes. And as you look on, the cracks that begin around her eyes spread beyond her skin. Yes, when you look towards old woman, old people, okay, the cracks that begin around her eyes, yes, the beautiness what you have during your young days, it decreases, it deteriorates as you grow older. You get cracks on your face, on your eyes, everywhere, all over the body, spread beyond her skin. So you are looking there. The poet is looking into her eyes. He looks at the sky. He looks into the eyes of the woman, right? So the atmosphere, something, it undergoes tremendous changes. This is what here the poet wants to say. The cracks that begin around her eyes and spread beyond her skin. And the hills crack and the temples crack and the sky falls. What he says, the atmosphere here, it is undergoing changes. The atmosphere also changes. As like human beings, we get cracks on our skin. In the same way, after many years, hills also crack, right? The temples, after so many years, the temples also crack. And one day, the world or the earth is going to end. The sky falls down on earth, right? And then with a plate glass clatter around the shatterproof crone, who stands alone? Yes, what the speaker says here now. Who stands alone? Who stands alone in the sense the speaker is standing alone. Okay, with a plate glass clatter. Here the poet undergoes completely. In these 3 lines, he completely undergoes emotional transfiguration. Yes, he is embarrassed, we say. Okay, and you are reduced to so much small change in her hand, so beautifully, with a plate glass clatter. Plate glass in the sense when plate and glasses, they clatter, they make noise, they make sound. So this is what we say, undergoing emotional changes. The poet undergoes emotional changes here around the shatterproof crone. Shatterproof crone, yes, of course, the crone in the sense ugly old woman, right? So in the hands of that old woman, who is in the hills, you have changed completely. Okay, embarrassed completely. You have changed. A kind of emotional change has happened in you. And you are reduced to so much small change in her hand. Yes, this is what we say. You know, the speaker there, he stands alone. All these things bring change in the attitude of the speaker. You are reduced. You in the sense what? The speaker or someone, if you are there in Jejuri, you are reduced to so much small change. All these things bring change in the attitude of the speaker. Yes, speaker is there. He is telling his experiences in Jejuri. So here the image of the woman is changed in the mind of the poet, right? So initially he thought that yes, she's a woman who is behind us, who is following us, but later on, of course, the image of that old woman, it completely changes. So here overall gist of this poem, of course, despite her poverty and desolate surroundings, she embodies a quite, dignity, we say, right? So dignity in the sense that she wants to lead, she doesn't want any charity. Dignity of labor. For work, she asks 50 paise. Always work builds, we say, and charity always destroys a person. So here his spiritual awakening to the real world makes him feel insignificant, much like the penny in her palm. Yes, so and you are reduced so much change means, so his spiritual awakening, he gained a kind of knowledge in the palm of that woman. Okay, he felt insignificant, much like the penny in her palm. Okay, so this is very simple explanation about on this poem, An Old Woman, written by Arun Kolatkar. Hope you have understood the poem, right? If you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section, and let us now go through some of the question. Yes, likely question, compulsory 4-mark question you will be having. Of course, thoughts may vary, words may vary. So the question you may get is, what service does the old woman want to render the speaker? Frequently asked question. What service does the old woman want to render the speaker in an old woman? Okay. And the other question may come in this way. Comment on the plight of the old woman. So as depicted in An Old Woman. Okay. Comment on the plight of the old woman. So whatever things they do. Yes, when it comes to her service, the poem An Old Woman depicts the worst condition of an old woman. She is an old beggar and stayed at the temple, and who passes near temple holds their sleeve and goes behind asking 50 paise coin. The poet describes her physical appearance, which evokes sympathy by passerby. The phrases like bullet holes for her eyes, cracks that begin around her eyes, spread beyond her skin, describe her helpless situation, right? And the other question, of course, what is her plight? What is her plight as depicted in this poem? So the poem An Old Woman, written by Arun Kolatkar, depicts the plight of an old woman. She is a woman who begs around temple. Whoever passes around the temple, she grabs his or her sleeve and haunts them till she gets a 50 paise coin. In the beginning, the passerby was asked for 50 paise coin, but he did not care for her. But she never leaves him. She goes back behind him and tightens her grip on his shirt. The poet highlights the features of the old woman, how they never live until they get satisfied. Of course, you know how old women are, right? So whatever you have learned, whatever explanation, you just go on expanding it in your own words. Hope you don't have any doubts. If any, you can write in the comment section. Thank you.